An assemblage piece for Halloween. I get these boxes at the thrift store for, gosh, maybe $1.99, and they're really great because they're pretty solid, and you just paint them however you want, or you can put paper in here. But today we are going to paint, and right now I'm into this pavement color from Apple Barrel. It's a matte, and it's in between a black and a gray. So this is like my my paint color for the season, and I usually go through little trends for the season of stuff that I like. But for now, we're going to do this guy here, and you can do all kinds of things. You can cover this with, well, a lot of people like chalk paint. I haven't really invested in a lot of chalk paint. I kind of like to keep it simple and make things look a certain way, but also you can cover it in paper, like memory book paper. I do like to use this pattern paper here, and this one in particular has writing on it, so that's kind of neat. But for today, I think I'm just going to leave this one one solid color, just to kind of keep it simple here. And you know, you don't have to get real perfect with the painting. It's just kind of, you know, however you want it to look. But for now, get this all covered. I'm running out of paint too. I need to go back to the store and get some more. I should buy bigger bottles, but I go cheap sometimes. So yeah, let's just get that all covered. And with Halloween approaching, I usually get started on my crafts actually in July. I do farmers markets and craft shows quite a bit, and so I'm always having to you know, really kind of stock up on my inventory. Let's see if I can get this lighting a little bit better. Now, I currently do not have a tripod, so I've got my phone rigged up to a shelf above me with wire, and it's not very convenient, but it works for now. And as I go along here, this is my first video, so I'm hoping to kind of expand on what I'm doing and kind of improve with each video. And so get all this painted up here. I do thank you for watching. I know Halloween crafts right now, a lot of people are doing. There's so much out there. I just go crazy on Pinterest and getting all these ideas, but I do tend to go back to what I love, which is, I originally started with early American folk art, dolls and crafts. And so that's what I do, but I love assemblage as well. Mixed media assemblage. I've tried painting, but I can't paint worth a hoot. So once I realized that, you know, art isn't just about painting, you can, you know, kind of do your own thing and just make things look the way you want them to look. So there's that. And while that is drying, what I want to do is put that right there. What I want to do is take some of these bottles and figure out, I do like this paper a lot. It's pretty cool. Directions for impressions. That's pretty cool. Motifs. Let's get a little bit of that cut out. See what we can do with it. I love this tissue paper. I just love this stuff. I collect it from anywhere I can. And you know, this doesn't have to be perfect. It's really just, you know, if you think about where you would find something like this, maybe like an old witch's cabinet, and she's just kind of throwing her stuff together. I'm really shaky too. So yeah, so we can do something like that. And then I need to get my Mod Podge. Where's my Mod? Okay, so here we go. Mod Podge. I like the matte. I don't like gloss anything. So what we're going to do is take a little bit of that, a little bit of this, dip it right in there. Usually I don't like to do that, but today is a special day. little bugger in there. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm probably even going to do a little bit more to this, maybe age the edges or do some kind of something like that. Directions, I like that. Pretty neat. I got that little bottle there, and I'll kind of go in there. So once that dries, that should kind of get back matte back up a little bit instead of being so see-through. That's just the glue. And so let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, I've got this. Somehow I might be able to work in. I get a lot of this twine at like the craft store. Not the craft store, at dollar store. I like to collect all that kind of stuff. Now you can see this paper, this string is not very, it's not very old looking. So what I do is I either use coffee. You know, a lot of people like the coffee. I don't like to use coffee just because I don't like the smell of it. So I have an alternative, which is this guy here, Folk Art Matte, and it's called Coffee Bean. So if you don't like using coffee or you're kind of over it, this looks exactly like coffee staining. And I've been doing crafts for many, many years. A little trash bucket there. So what I have is this here. I don't know if it's going to clog on me, but whatever. I'll probably just do it this way. And we got another dip-ins here. And we'll just kind of dirty that up a little bit. Super easy. You know, I used to, when I first started doing crafts, I would get so wound up in things having to be perfect and put a lot of restrictions on myself, and I just wasn't enjoying it until I started watching other folk artists and primitive artists, and I learned that you don't have to be perfect. Really, nobody really knows what you're doing. They look at the finished product. They don't know how you got there. Just get there. Okay, so got that. That'll dry. Whatever. That. Put that back on. And if you do decide to use coffee, if you put it in a spray bottle like this, you got to keep it in the fridge because it'll start to get kind of funky. Let's see. So, oh, this pumpkin. I might use this pumpkin. I might not. I don't know. Let's get this going here. Ooh. Here it is. So this girl here, I think this is going to be our little focal point up here. We'll do that like that. Put that one there like that. And then maybe a little scroll over here. And we can maybe do the key like that, and I'd probably glue those down. And then maybe some kind of a saying here. I do have some little backup papers here. I don't like to go buy a lot of stuff, so I'll just print stuff off a computer. And how about that? Something like that. And I just make all my own stuff. These are just backups for All Hallows Eve, October 31st. I like the Halloween 1910. Yeah, those are too small. Can't use those. Now, you can leave this off, and then you can just use it year-round. So in that case, what I would do is maybe just put the date here, 1910. You got to have it make sense, though. Does it really make sense? Meh, I don't know. Oh, I've got my moss. What's any good Halloween project without a jar of moss? and my glue gun. Put that back over there. So that. So let's see, should I do the Halloween 1910 or just 1910? I'm gonna go with Halloween 1910. You know, if all else fails in the future, I can just scrape this off and reprint something. But for today, we're gonna just do the we're gonna just do it this way. And I know better. I'm gonna wait on that. We're gonna wait on that. We're not gonna get too crazy. Okay. E6000. All right, this is the glue of all glues, E6000. I got the little tubes because I noticed that the big tubes, they dry out on me and they get kind of hard to use. So I end up having to poke a hole in the side and getting the glue out that way. And it'll start to solidify on you if you wait too long. So here's a little freshy tube. These are good because they won't dry out on you. You'll use them. I do crafts. I don't do crafts that much, but so we got that. And this is imperative for keeping these things in. You don't want them to fall out. You don't want them to fall out on you. So let's get these glued in. And you just make sure if you're happy with it. I see a lot of crafters, they like a lot of detail and a lot of like cutesy stuff, which is great. It's not my style. I like minimal, and I like dark, minimal. Put that bad boy right in there. Usually I put half glue gun and then the half this. It's really great because the glue will hold the product in temporarily while this is drying, and so you can kind of mess with it a little bit better. But I'm going to play with this configuration a little bit more. See if we can put that in there like that. Or should I do another bottle? I like the paper because it plays off of this staining here. So they're like that. And you know, we could work in a bone if we want to, somewhere in the back. I also have like skulls, little skulls that I can maybe use. So I found these. We all know what these are, right? Dollar Tree Heaven. I have this one, but it's too big. I could just do maybe like that. But then I like the paper a lot. So I think I can pop this guy's head off like that. Then we got a little bit smaller one. That way we can have best of both worlds. Is that upside down? And then we can put that little guy in there. But I'm going to put him in there with, once I get the moss in. Because it's going to get tricky putting the moss around. So anyway, so let's do this one here. A little hot glue in the center to hold it down. And a little E6000 all the way around the edge. And this is going to make it like totally foolproof. Hold that right there like that. Can you guys still see what I'm doing? I'm so sorry. Okay, that, and then put that guy right there. And yes, the string is still wet on this. That is okay. I'm not worried about it. Not worried about it. Try not to get too fussy over stuff. So that's her little scroll work there. And this one I already kind of dirtied up a little bit. I think I probably used a little bit of this and just wiped it away. Usually they come like super clear white like that, and I don't like that. So okay, next is moss. So this stuff is messy, to say the least. I just cut mine little pieces at a time. Kind of place it where you want it first. Get that hot glue going. Ooh, hot. A little bit of that. We need a little bit more along the front. I don't want too much because I don't want to cover up cover up what I'm doing. Whoa. I want to cover up the little key pieces. Just get a little bit in there for more hot glue. Thank God for hot glue. What would we do without it? Could you imagine? Imagine doing crafts and not having hot glue. Oh boy. Okay. So, a little bit of that. And sometimes, you know, like with the composition, see how it's kind of, the moss is kind of going up and it brings you back into the piece. So, and the back, I'm going to paint the back. I'll get that all done. Especially if I sell my stuff. You really want to make sure that everything is like nice, you know, in sellable condition. It's easy to just like skip it because you don't have time or you don't want to do it. But it's really important to have everything look super finished. And of course, everything at a little bit of an angle adds interest. And this guy here, I aged this. I've had this for a long, long time. Just using it now. So, and I'm definitely going to, so the points where you need the glue, you know, I know that this hits and that hits for sure. And maybe this corner hits for sure. So I'm going to dedicate one of those points, a couple of the points, to the E6000, and then this main little portion here will be hot glue just to hold it in. And get that at a little bit of an angle as well. It's going to be a tricky one. That's going to be a little tricky. And then if you get a mess, whew, careful with the E6000. This stuff is like noxious. I think they have like a low odor one now, but I just use this one. I don't think that's going to stay. Once the E6000 starts to set, it'll stay. And then I want to get these guys to not flop around. You can do whatever you want. If you want yours to like have some action, some movement to it. I like to keep mine a little bit more contained. Just a little tiny bit like that. Okay. Hopefully that's going to stay. If not, I'll take it off and redo it. But for now, that is it. And then we need this guy here. He's so cute. Again, this E6000 is going to really get this to set like really, really good. I always check my work when I'm done because I don't want things falling out on me. If a customer buys something and they take it home and it falls apart, it's not good. Not good. So I hold that down a little bit. And I can go in and like touch him up if I want to. I see a little bit of spotting right here. I can go and touch that back up. In fact, okay, so this is getting a little wiggly on me. Guy to hold in there like that. While I'm doing that, I'm going to try to touch this up a little bit. Sometimes what I'll do too is I'll go through and sand all this, sand all the edges. With these boxes, you don't really get a chance to sand because of the type of wood that it is. unless I have like a real, like a wood box, an actual wood box that I can sand. You can get a good distressing off that. But with these, you can't really do that too much. You can just kind of add on top of, except for the front. The front tends to be like a real wood. See how they originally distressed that? But yeah, so that's that. And I think I am, the lid on this stuff is noxious. I am going to do Halloween 1910, just because I got a couple of months here yet until Halloween approaches. And so I will be able to take this to a craft show and sell it. I also have a space and a booth here where I'm at locally, and it's been doing pretty well. I've been there a couple months now, and it's starting to pick up. It's actually a antique store, and I don't know how my stuff was going to do, but because, whoops, see how that's off? That's bad. I didn't know how my stuff was going to do, but so far I'm doing okay. So we got that, a little Halloween 1910. I do like to do a little bit of details on things, and it's not great using paint for this, but for now we're going to do it. I just like to age these edges just a little bit. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. Just age the edges just a little. You can always go in and do a little bit of that. Just makes it look like it's been around for a while. Okay, just little details people like. So that is that. Very minimal, nothing too crazy. Let's make sure that little bugger's gonna stay. Huh. And let's see. I do want to get this background just a little bit. See, I start getting a little fussy. Start getting fussy. And but it's nice to finish. You can always like touch things up. It's very common to touch things up. Don't feel like you made a mistake. And the neat thing is that nobody else knows how you planned this. This is how you want it. And yeah, be kind of cool to put some little stems in there or something. But for now, I like this. It's like a little witch's cabinet. And yeah, I hope you enjoy. It was a lot of fun. Sorry about my camera moving. Again, I don't have a tripod, so I have my phone rigged. It's rigged up to a wire shelf. So that's it. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll be posting more Halloween craft videos and just projects that I'm doing. I love assemblage. I do early American folk art crafts and dolls. And I do little things like I make pumpkin ornaments. And I do some little primitive stitching. This is all going in my booth. And so that's a lot of fun. And then I have bigger dolls that I do. But anyways, for now, thank you so much for watching. My first video ever. I'm so excited. And we will see you next time. Bye.